As Washington prepared to face Denver in Super Bowl 22, the game carried historic weight. For Uncle Dougie, he was about to become the first black quarterback to start in a Super Bowl. The media spotlight was relentless, highlighting both the progress it represented and the barriers he had overcome. That's what we tend to do in Black America, whether it be trying to make it to the next day in your job, or how Jackie Robinson did back in the 40s. You sometimes just gotta have to grill it up and eat it because you're focused on the bigger prize. Across the field stood John Elway, the NFL's golden boy and former #1 pick. The NFL had its dream matchup, but for Williams, this game wasn't about Elway. It was about something much bigger.
Good afternoon from Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego, California. The road to Super Bowl 22 stops right here. This afternoon, we're going to play the biggest football game in the history.
The stadium is packed with over 73,000 fans. The air was crisp, the lights very bright. The national anthem had been sung, and the coin toss was complete. Uncle Dougie stood at midfield, taking it all in. I mean, think about it. A year ago, he wasn't even in the league. And 2 years ago, he was out of football entirely. But now, he was about to make history. And here we are. Kickoff. Now, the Denver Broncos wasted no time making their mark. On the very first play from scrimmage, quarterback John Elway launched a 56-yard touchdown pass to wide receiver Ricky Nattiel.
And Elway going for the bomb right at the outset. Throws caught by Nattiel. Touchdown!
This stunned the Washington football team and ignited the crowd. And the Broncos' momentum continued as they orchestrated a 7-play, 61-yard drive culminating in a 24-yard field goal. With just under 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter, Denver held a 10-0 lead, and Washington appeared to be ready to be knocked out of this game very early. And to add insult to injury, late in the quarter, Uncle Dougie suffered a hyperflexed left knee while stepping back in the pocket, forcing him to leave the game temporarily.
He goes to plant, and you get just a perfect view of it. His right foot on the instep just slid all the way out from underneath him. And Frank.
Backup Jay Schrader stepped in, but just like before, the offense remained stagnant. As the first quarter concluded, the Broncos seemed firmly in control, boasting a 10-0 advantage. Washington faced not only a significant deficit, but also uncertainty at the QB position. But little did anyone anticipate the historic turnaround that was about to unfold. As Uncle Dougie sat on the Washington bench at the end of the first quarter, he stared at that scoreboard. Denver 10, Washington 0. His left knee, I imagine, throbbed from the injury just minutes ago. His mind raced. Not like this. Not after everything. The weight of history was pressing down on him. He knew it. Everyone knew it. He wasn't just playing for himself. He wasn't just playing for Washington. Uncle Dougie knew he was playing for every black quarterback who had ever been told they weren't smart enough, weren't skilled enough, and weren't good enough to play the position at the highest level. But then something shifted inside of him. The doubt faded. He had been through worse. He thought about Zachary, Louisiana, where he grew up, where being black meant knowing struggle, where opportunity had to be fought for. He thought about Grambling State, where Coach Eddie Robinson had pushed him harder than anyone ever had, teaching him that greatness wasn't a request, it was an expectation. He thought about Tampa Bay, where he had silenced the critics, where he had led a team to heights they had never seen before, only to be discarded, undervalued, underpaid, and overlooked. He thought about the loss of Janice, the pain of burying his wife, of holding their baby daughter, of wondering if he'd ever get another chance to do what he loved. And now, here he was, back in the biggest game of them all. This wasn't about winning a Super Bowl. This was about proving something that should have never been in doubt. Uncle Dougie takes a deep breath and stood up. It's just as the ancestor Maya Angelou once said, "You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated."
And Williams going deep. Sanders beats Haynes. Sanders out in front. 80 yards, touchdown.
Hello, sports fans.
They said the black quarterback could play in the Super Bowl, but could he thrive under pressure? Doug Williams just gave them an answer.
Williams for Clark. Touchdown.
They said the black quarterback could manage a game, but could he take over one? Doug Williams just gave them an answer.
Fake to Smith. Williams deep for Sanders again. Makes the catch at the 10. Touchdown.
They said the black quarterback could lead a team, but could he dominate on the sport's biggest stage? Doug Williams just gave them an answer.
And he lost it for Didier. And as Frank said, it's getting to be Didier time. Touchdown.
They said the black quarterback could dream of winning a Super Bowl, but could he actually do it? Doug Williams just gave them an answer. 4 touchdowns in a single quarter, a Super Bowl record, a statement, a legacy. Doug Williams wasn't just playing in the Super Bowl. On January 31st, 1988 in San Diego, California, he was owning it. And he did what we have always done in Black America. Sometimes you have to show them who you are.